we're Mother Pickers, and we're here for another What Sold Wednesday. And this week is a little bit more exciting because it feels like things are kind of starting to pick up. Like you were saying, the fourth quarter's kicking in.
All right, I'm going to kick us off with my first listing. I sold a Carhartt vest. It was a men's medium, zip up. And I'm sure it was probably $3, and it sold for $35.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Carhartt is good. Well, I assume it was at the local thrift store, but I'm not sure.
Let's see. One of the things that I did was a vintage Dormeyer hand mixer.
Oh, yeah.
It's chrome.
Vintage.
It didn't have any of the, yes.
So cute.
So cute. Delightful. Didn't have any of its
beaters.
It's I can't think anymore because someone used their beaters on me.
It's a good idea.
Anyway, that one sold for $13. That was an accepted offer. It was not great, but it was a decent profit because I probably $1 to $2 item.
Probably. And my next thing was a paperback book, Flies for Trout, first edition, and it was $9.99. And it probably was a free book or a $1 book, one or the other.
The next thing that I have is an anthropology plate. It had a Pekingese dog on it.
Cute.
It was so cute, and it was so. I think it's maybe a discontinued pattern of theirs. I'm not sure. It seems like I had it listed for a lot more than it sold for.
Did you say this?
Anthropology?
I didn't remember if I heard you say that.
First thing I said about it.
Okay.
But it was listed for quite a bit higher. I did end up accepting. They sent me a $20 offer. I countered it at $29.99. They sent me $25, and I accepted that. It was probably $2 to $3 when it was new, but some of them there. At least when I listed it, there was other listings on there for I can't remember how much, but quite a bit more than that, and there was solds for more than that. But I'm still very happy with that.
Still a good deal.
It's still a good deal.
Yeah. And then I have a Carhartt canvas jacket / coat, flannel lined, men's 2XL. And it was probably $5 when I bought it, and I sold it for $42. And I'm not sure about, it doesn't always show you when you've taken an offer. I should have probably opened them.
I noticed that sometimes I'll give a price in these, and then I'll go to put up the picture, and it shows it doesn't show
real price, huh?
Yeah. Makes it look like I don't know what I'm selling stuff for.
Yeah.
I know. Seems like you can't go wrong with Carhartt.
Yeah, I like to get Carhartt.
So I also sold, it was a vintage Generation 1 My Little Pony. It was Daddy Apple Delight. He's a loving family pony. He was one that came in a set of mother, father, and I think a baby. But it was just him. Sold him for $28.
Speaking of things you can't go wrong on.
I know. And that one is one that was one of my own, but I don't think it's one of my own from when I was little. I think this may be one that I bought probably 15 years ago off of eBay. Because I've always had a soft spot for the kind of Clydesdale fuzzy-footed looking boy ponies, especially the Big Brother ponies. But $28.
Wonder how much you paid for it on eBay.
Probably $90. I don't know.
Probably.
I don't know if I'm... I actually was thinking, I think I might have paid about $9 for him.
That'd work.
Which with inflation, that sounds like it's about the same.
Yeah. All right. I have a men's Wrangler fleece pullover, extra large, kind of a yellowy orange, and it was a quarter snap. And it was probably $3 originally, and I sold it for $16. Which surprises me. Wrangler seems to be doing real poor right now.
Oh, really?
For me. Maybe other people not so much, but me, yeah.
Huh. I was about to say that it doesn't seem like you can go wrong with Wrangler either. But
No.
I guess I would be incorrect.
Yeah, it might be for me.
The next thing that I sold, I thought this was really cute. It was a set of 2 vintage hand-carved wall hanging birds. Kind of folk arty.
Mm-hmm.
I think they were super cute. They were probably about $2, maybe $1 a piece, maybe $2 a piece.
Maybe.
Ended up accepting an offer on those as well and sold those for $20. So that felt pretty good about that.
Mm-hmm. And next I have another book. It's a collector car guide. It was a 2009 from the Meckham auction. Probably was $1 and it sold for $22.
That's good.
Yeah, 2009. Who would have guessed?
Oh, yeah.
So
I missed that part.
Mm-hmm.
Our roof is falling off.
Yeah.
I also sold, it was an LOL surprise doll. It was one of the big babies, so probably, I don't know, maybe like 11 inches tall or so.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. This one was Bon Bon.
Bon Bon. Oh.
Yeah, and Bon Bon figures, I don't know too much about the LOL surprise dolls, but it does seem like Bon Bon, the character, does pretty decently. This one, it only sold for like $13, but her clothes were kind of super ripped and destroyed, and she was a little scuffed up. Probably bought her for $2 or $3. So at $13, it was a decent profit. And oh my god, yeah, those are actually ridiculously cute.
All right. Next, I have a Minnesota Vikings faux leather jacket, medium, and it was probably $5, and it sold for $60. And the faux leather part, really threw me off. I thought, but I thought I'll give it a try at $60, and it sold like right away that same day.
Oh yeah, that was with.
But it did look brand new, and I thought that'd make a nice Christmas gift.
Mm-hmm.
So
that was the one that it was like an hour.
Mm-hmm, it wasn't very long. Yeah. So
those are my favorite.
It will make a good gift. Yeah.
The next thing I have wasn't a super exciting profit. It was just something I was kind of excited to get rid of at this point.
Yeah.
Well, it was a lot of fun. It was a dancing pickle, but it seemed like there was actually kind of a relatively large amount of them listed, and they didn't make that much in the first place. I want to say I had it listed for $20 to $25, and I ended up accepting an offer of $13 on it, and probably paid $5 for it. So not a terribly good profit, but I was pretty just happy to
get it out
send it on its way.
Yeah.
It was in the box.
That happens.
It could be a fun, probably Christmas present too, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Especially for someone with weird pickle humor.
Merry
Christmas.
We should have kept that. We could have stood him back there.
It probably would have been great to have on our back shelf.
Oh, my
Except
goodness.
for it was one of those things that as it hears sounds, it mimics it. You know, the ones that make babies cry.
Makes the babies cry. We'd
Very
have to
fun
get a baby.
videos, but...
Make a baby cry.
Oh.
Hello.
I guess we'll have to find one somewhere.
Next, I have a vintage trucker hat, ML McCullough. It was $25.99, and I probably paid $1 for it. And the trucker hats, some of them can be real good, and I have boxes of trucker hats that aren't going anywhere. But that one, it did good. I'm sure it was probably one of the ones with the snaps in the back, and I'm just guessing though. But yeah. $25.99.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
I also sold, it was a Hall China, a Lipton tea sugar bowl. It was just a yellow sugar bowl with a lid. It was kind of cool. It was another thing that there was about 700 of them listed, so I was happy to sell it too.
Was it white on the inside? Kind of like milk glass with the yellow on the outside.
Yeah, and I really liked it.
Yeah.
It was something that I personally wouldn't mind having around, but like I said, there's a lot of them listed. Doesn't seem like a very high sell-through rate, but sold it for $9. It was maybe $1. So another one, just happy to see it go. I hate to watch it leave.
Yeah. My next one is Duluth Trading Post jeans, 38 36s, and they were probably $3, and they sold for 19. Yeah. Not a lot to say about the clothing, really.
There can be.
Yeah, could be.
Maybe not Duluth jeans, though.
They don't really excite me, but $19 makes me happy.
Yeah. Well, you seem to have a lot of decent sales, and I seem to have a lot of just happy to see it.
Yeah.
Leaves, which I'm happy to have a week like that. The next thing I have is another one of those items. It was not that I had it very long. It was just another thing that doesn't seem like a hot seller. Seems to be quite a few of them listed. It was a vintage Rival Cano Mat can opener. It was one that you mount to the cabinet or to the wall. It was really cool. Again, something I wouldn't mind having around.
Right.
Especially since just the other night, one of the kids was asking me where the can opener was.
You can just point at it.
Yeah.
It's on the wall.
Where it always is. It was lime green. It was a lot of fun. It was probably 50 cents.
Oh.
Sold that for, I believe that was another offer, either received or sent.
I got $50.
No, I'm just dumb. Got that. I sold that for $11. But apparently looks like, according to this, I bought it for $50. One heck of a loss. 50 cents, I swear.
I have a Santa Advent calendar. It was a cloth one. And I think it wasn't from when you kids were little.
Was it the same one, though? Or the same style?
Or it might be it. I don't know. It might be it. Anyway, it went for $45.
It better have, you monster.
Yeah, I'm not real sure on if it was ours or not. I lost it. Oh, nope, there it is.
We'll be talking about this later on.
Yeah, I'm sure I tried to give it to you.
You probably did.
I begged and begged, but you wouldn't take it.
Not to beat a dead horse here, but this next one is just one I was excited to get rid of. It's actually something that I had. It was on another piece of Pyrex, but they didn't go together. So I ended up selling it as a replacement lid it was just for a really small casserole dish. So being the fact that I had both the thing it was on that it didn't go with and that listed probably was $1 or so. So that got $7.50 for that, and then whatever hopefully the other sells for should make it for a pretty decent profit.
Yeah, and I'm sure whoever bought the lid is tickled to have it.
I bet you anything that's probably really exciting to find.
Oh, yeah.
When you're missing your lid. Now I'm just really nervous because it's already been mailed off. Now I'm extra nervous that I didn't look close enough and it's damaged or something.
Yeah.
Because that's who I am. The paranoia.
You get that. You get that from somebody.
Somewhere.
I don't know.
I don't know who that reminds me of.
My next thing is really pretty. It was a sea turtle paperweight, just a clear one with some frost on parts of it. And it was real pretty.
Is that the one we got on our Utah trip?
I could not remember where that came from.
I think that was that last stop we made on our way home, the antique store.
Oh yeah. Do you remember how much it was?
It wasn't
tons.
No, it was actually the whole store was pretty decently priced. Was that store in Park City?
It was outside of Park City, right before.
Yeah. Well, there's an antique store there that if you're in the area, just search up an antique store. I think it's one of.
I wish I could retrieve the name of that town.
It's attached to a thrift store.
But it's going the back way.
I thought it was actually in Park City.
Maybe it is. I wasn't driving.
And I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah.
No, but anyway, they're both in the same building. They're tied together somehow, but there's a thrift store and an antique store. This thrift store is cool too, but the antique
they called it a boutique, I think.
It was a boutique. You're right.
Yeah. I have gotten some nice things there before too.
And it's just when you find a store like that that's selling kind of boutique quality or level items, but they're selling them for a really fair, reasonable
yeah.
price. And the lady was really nice too.
Yeah.
We liked being in there. It was a fun trip.
I was excited to find it and get in there before it closed.
Yeah, and we didn't get any video of that whole trip because we're silly.
We were tired. My next thing is a vintage Alps brand sweater. It was a wool blend cardigan. I think it says, it was berry red. And it seems like it had leaves for buttons. I'm not sure. But it was $19 and probably $2 when I bought it.
Was it kind of a Christmassy theme or just?
It definitely would have looked Christmassy, I'm thinking. I don't know. I'd have to look it up. I don't know I don't really remember what it looked like. I remember, yeah. Unless
I guess we'll have it pop up as a picture.
Oh yeah, that's true.
My next, it was a 2-for-1. It was the same person bought 2 of my listings, and they were both surprise bag figures. They were a glittery Generation 4 My Little Pony Applejack and a glitter Rainbow Dash figures. And together those totaled out to be about $19. And each of those it was in a goodie mix bag of toys that they packaged up and sold at Goodwill for $5. And it was those and a bunch of other toys in there that I think I've sold some already, have some more listed. So it's more than paid for itself.
Yeah.
Those are actually, I have a really good time getting those bags. It can be pretty tedious, but it's really fun to go through them. And it's a really fun way to learn about a bunch of toys all at once. And it's almost like opening your own surprise bag, which
it's just like opening your own.
It's exactly like it. And so, yeah, did that. Just those two figures. Already made a profit off those, but I've already sold some other things out of that same bag too.
Nice.
Thank you.
I have a Blinko crystal clear double spout art glass pitcher. It was just a clear one. It went for $39, and I don't really know how much I paid for it. Maybe $5. I've had it a little while, longer than I thought I would, being Blinko, but
yeah.
Yeah, I hated to sell it really because it was
Blinko.
Blown glass and Blinko, but clear, as we all know, is not my thing.
I don't know how you even had that in your home.
But I did sell a cobalt blue footed bowl that was it was a large footed bowl, and it was beautiful, and it was $39. And I don't know who made it. I probably had it in my list. It'll probably be in the listing.
Perhaps.
But it was beautiful. Yeah. Which I should have gave that to my mom, but she probably doesn't need any more glass either.
Wow. It's rich coming from you. No.
Yeah.
Nequa.
A blown glass ornament with the toy maker, it's called, and it had Santa Claus on it, and it was in a box. And it was real nice, and it went for $39.
Wow.
So I did have these tailor-made golf cart mittens. Insulate. They were $23. And they probably were $2 new. Who knows? So
that's pretty fun.
Yeah.
It's I feel like I say this every time, but I just love watching what sells.
Yeah, it's kind of fun. It's like a game.
We have the widest, weirdest array of different things, and sometimes it's the things you think it is. Sometimes it's the things you think are
never going to sell,
never going to go away.
Next, we'll probably be making a trip to the little town next to us, unless you want to venture out farther. But it's starting to snow.
When the snow was almost all melted, and since then we've gotten inches, and it's just been snowing nonstop. Beautiful to look at. Not fun if you're wanting to drive anywhere.
No, Grandma went right out and slipped and fell down and hit herself on the back of the head.
Right on her noggin.
It hurt.
I think that maybe you knocked some sense in yours.
Yeah, I think it knocked me silly. Sillier.
That happened a while ago.
Be sure and check back next week. We've decided we're going to start doing a monthly giveaway.
At least monthly.
At least monthly.
We might do surprise ones here and there, but
Yeah.
we're hoping to do at least one a month. So we'll have to come up with some terms and conditions, but we've got
So keep watching.
We've got some
fun
cool
stuff coming up.
from.
Yeah.
But thanks for watching, and I guess we'll see you next time.
Bye-bye. Well done. If we're crooked, it's all Plucker's fault.
Why are you not in focus?
The bitch focusing on the background.
Why can you try to look more like a person? Uh-oh. We're out of focus. Why will it not focus on us anymore?
How's that? Kumbaya. That's what I said.
Welcome to Mother Pickers. We are in focus.
Greetings, you little mother pickers. Y'all mothers.
Hi. Plate. It had a Pekingese dog. We're gonna start that over. I'm not saying the name. The next thing that I have is
My 13.
Boy, we are a hoot.
We're
gonna start over, and we're not gonna say the name.
Okay. Next, I have a vintage trucker hat. NL McClaw. Who?
I don't know who wrote that.